Justin Witter, 10 years old. Went missing on a bike ride last night near Troubadour Park. Park ranger found the bike. No boy. I'll let you manage the situation as you see fit. You lead on this.
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Stephen, and this is the Movie Club podcast. Wow, I haven't done this in a long time, it feels. With me this week is the person who started this podcast, who's now letting me borrow it, or is lending it to me at a small weekly price of $18.99 plus shipping and handling. Trae Price.
Hey,
hello.
How you doing, everybody? Yes, there's the audience applause. Also, where is your back rent? You owe me. I think I'm playing with you. I will write an eviction notice right now.
You'll get that at the end of the year.
Will you take a post-dated check?
I was going to say, I have multiple IOUs that I need to still give you.
See, this is why you don't rent the black folk.
Oh, well... and we're here this week. There's no segue out of that. You set me up. There's no segue out of that, Trae. We're here this week to discuss Adam Randall's 2019 mystery crime film titled I See You. Like ISEE space YOU, not I. The letters, not I. It's not about hospital unit. All right, let's go. Let's just do this again.
No. Bump that, because don't nobody take this. We're taking that title. Just saying. We're just taking the title. It's gonna be called ICU, and it's gonna be the same thing where it's like I see you, but it's the letters. We're doing text. We're bringing text titles back, people.
Ooh.
Fuck the emoji movie.
That's I feel like that wouldn't be a bad movie. Like a movie, like a horror movie happening in a hospital. ICU.
Nah. I just want the title because it's been done so much, man. It's been done so much. Countdown, Halloween 2, Happy Death Day to You. It's too much.
Fan four stick.
Damn. Why you gotta do them like that? Josh Trank, he didn't mean to do you like that. Stop. Leave that boy alone.
So Josh Trank is fine. He's
he ain't
fine.
Done, bro, he ain't done nothing.
No, he had a movie come out recently. So we're already get off. He had a movie come out recently with Tom Hardy. Oh, we call it Fonzo. It's Tom Hardy plays Alfonso Cuarón. No, what's that guy's name? Not Alfonso Cuarón, dude. That's the director.
You beat the hell out of me. I ain't know this existed.
No, what was that dude? He's like a Alfonso. I don't know. What's that guy's name? He's a mobster. He's a mobster.
I see you got to talk to one of my friends, Nick. Shout out if you're listening. He's real into mafia stuff. Like he watched Godfather, the whole Godfather series, like 12 times. He's that big into mafia stuff. Me, I don't know nothing about no mafiosos.
Okay. Well, wait, I lied. So it was called Fonzo while they were shooting and everything, working title, and then they changed it to Capone. So obviously it's about Al Capone.
Okay.
But apparently that movie wasn't very good, and it wasn't so well received at all. Unlike the movie that we're going to talk about today, Trae, like that fucking segue.
Beautiful.
All right. I was going to say, if you said no, I was going to cry. So ICU is, I just keep wondering, every time I say it, it sounds like I see you, like the hospital unit. Damn it. Yeah. Damn it. I ruined the whole show. It's the synopsis reads, strange occurrences. Strange. Oh, fuck. God damn. Strange occurrences plague a small town detective and his family as he investigates the disappearance of a young boy. Now, Trae, does that synopsis just off the bat, does that get you interested? Would you ever watch this movie just reading that synopsis?
Off the synopsis, no, because it kind of sounds like it could be a Lifetime television drama, and honestly, that just seems like it's going to be like a low rent version of Gone Girl, but with this little boy and his detective and something like that. Like I probably have a hard pass on that description alone.
But was it as you described just now, a low rent Lifetime movie with crappy whatever.
Can I be honest with you?
Okay.
Can I be honest with you,
I
Steve?
see you're sighing.
Can I be honest with you, Steve?
Yeah, this podcast is all about honesty.
I watched the trailer and I was like, oh. What Stephen got me watching right here. I watched the first 5 minutes and I was like, oh, Stephen hate me. Okay. I'm mad at Stephen now.
Wow.
I did not like this movie in the first like for the first third, I think. For the first third of this movie, I did not like it. And then a specific event, which we'll talk about later, happened. And it was like, no, sit down. Let me talk to you. I gotta explain myself. And I saw the light. This movie, if I can go ahead and just say it right now, this movie is a A+ film. This is an A+ film. I have my problems with it, but I feel like every single one of those problems leads in service to the movie, so I can't be mad. I am so petty at this movie right now. So all I'm saying is, no, that description does not sell this movie alone. This movie is worth much more than what it is billed as. It's excellent. This dude, I don't even know. This dude just came out of nowhere. Steven just slapped me with this IOU of movie, and I'm mad, bro. I'm mad. That's all I'm saying.
I'm very glad to hear that, because to hear you say that it's A+ movie, this is one of the best movies that I've watched recently. And it's, it came out in 2019, according to the internet. I have never heard of it until this year. No, wait, no. I don't know. I know that it's been on my Letterboxd watch list for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it's been there, because like the poster looks weird, and then like Helen Hunt is in it, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And
which they say like it should be something important, but I don't remember who Helen Hunt is. Like they say her name like it's some big shakes, and I'm just like, all right.
She has an Oscar, I think.
Oh, well, good for her.
She was in Twister. She's Castaway.
Oh, she got chased by. Okay, she out here. She running from things in this movie, and now she was running because she was running from tornadoes in the other movie. Okay, I feel you.
She was in Twister. Twister was fucking great.
What?
No. Dude, I watched that.
The Twister growled. Like the Twister is in line of those disaster movies where Mother Nature is a beast for some reason. Like,
did you not? There's a cow up in the tornado.
Oh no!
It's like homage to Wizard of Oz.
Not the cow. The cow ain't made this thing roar. It roared like a monster. The Twister literally chases people.
There were like electrical lines in it and stuff like that, and it was making it sound like that. I don't know. We're not here to talk about Twister, Trae. We'll talk about that in the next podcast. But I'm very glad that you like this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not watch, as I normally do. I went in blind. I did not watch the trailer. I didn't read any reviews. I just saw the poster, read the synopsis, and I was like, okay, I don't know who this director is. Helen Hunt is in it, so it's not just some like random indie person. And it's not this guy's directorial debut. If this was this person's directorial debut, I'd be like, what? That's fucking crazy awesome.
They got the craft down. Like if this was their starting movie, then I wish this is where I started from.
Right, yeah.
Like, wow.
I will agree with you that the first half, not the first half, like the first third, it was kind of slow, and I was like, okay, where's this movie going? And then and then there were some random things that were happening, like this is no surprise because it's in the synopsis, but there's a little boy on a bike, and he just like randomly gets like sucked off the bike into the air.
Where it lost me, like, Stephen. That is where it lost me, and I was like, bruh.
See, that's
what am I watching here?
That's where I was like, how do they explain this? I was like, I was just like throughout the entire movie, I was just like, how are they going to explain this? If they explain this, it will be fucking great.
Like you really going on this other little story thread right here, but that's still in my mind. Don't
Right, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And they're like veering away from like what seems like fucking like crazy magical shit. And I'm like, okay, but no, how did that happen? What is going on?
Like, yeah, you ain't tricking me,
like
movie.
I still want to touch. Yeah, it's like, well, no. Stop with this magical trickery. I'm still looking at the other hand that has the ball in it. You're not tricking me. And then it's just wild because they actually pull it off. And like even when there's like the tiny little twist and it seems like it's gonna be like I rolled my eyes. I kind of rolled my eyes when it happened. Like I think it's like 2/3 in when they're like, oh, this is the explanation for all this crazy stuff happening, for some of this crazy stuff happening inside the house. I was like, oh, that's dumb. And I was like, I don't like where this is going now. This kind of ruined it. And then it saves itself again. And it's like, this movie really is a roller coaster ride for me, because every time I think that it's like, I was like, oh, this movie's gonna be ass. And then it's like, gets better. And I'm like, okay, you got me. And then it's like, oh, we're gonna make you think that's gonna be ass again. And I'm like, this is kind of rolling my eyes. And then it's like peak. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? This movie is great. This movie is great, like, because of the roller coaster ride and the trickery and it's just like, it is quality even when you don't think that it's quality, Steven, because every little piece.
Shut your mouth, Steven. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. This movie is turning me into you, Steven. This movie's turning me into you, because right now I'm like, Steven, let's just go to the spoiler part. Let's go, because right now I just want to show this movie to people blind. I want to cut off. I want to just start. I just want to end this review for the people that haven't seen it at this movie's called I See You, and then just end it right there, because this is the first time I've ever been like, I shouldn't. The trailer didn't help. The trailer was almost like that description where it showed me like, oh, this is gonna be one of them stupid indie. This probably would have been made by the Asylum almost. You know?
Really? Damn.
Yeah, it did not do.
Is the trailer really that bad?
So this is a trailer. When you sent me this, I didn't know what you were talking about. As soon as it showed, like, there's a mask that you see on all the promotional materials, and I have seen this mask on my YouTube recommends for the longest time, and I thought it was just some kind of stupid like short, like Bye Bye Man type like short film, or like this Smiley short film that I've been noticing also on my recommends for the longest time.
Oh God, not the Smiley.
Stupid. I was like, this looks dumb. I just want to show people. I just want to sit people down in a dark room. I just want to rent out a theater and just be like, yo, just sit down and chill. Just chill for like
seriously.
Chill for like an hour and a half. Have some fun. Cause this movie ends like The Departed almost. Like this. That's how crazy this is. This movie is what M. Night Shyamalan wishes he could do.
Yeah.
This is what every M. Night Shyamalan movie should feel like, and it doesn't. None of them ever do. M. Night Shyamalan, put yourself to bed, homie, because this dude has got your hat. He coming for your head, bro. Like,
it really does. This movie is I think it lives up to the mystery thriller, mystery crime thriller. Because I mean, I don't know. I would say right now I'm saying that this movie is a 10 out of 10 for me right now. I really want to watch this again, but I still wouldn't put it. It's not in the same tone. It's not as dark and as gritty as like Prisoners, which is also a mystery crime thriller.
Okay.
But I would say that this movie is more fun to watch, and it's more like engaging. It's not like Prisoners is like a character study, and it's like very character heavy, where this is like very plot heavy, and it's like you think you know where it's going, but you don't. But it's not even like trickery. It's not even like they're trying to trick you. It's not like they purposely wrote in like M. Night Shyamalan type shit.
Definitely are trying to trick you though. See, I'd agree with you halfway there for a lot of things. Like I wouldn't give this. I give this an A+, but I give this an A+ for you and me. For the general audience, I give this like a B. and that's only if they can get through that first third. That's gonna be the challenge for a general audience person. Probably why, and we'll get to this later, that it didn't make its bones back, because people saw that first third and were either like on streaming. Did this ever get a theatrical release?
Not in the States from what I saw.
So for the people overseas, it's probably like, going stacked up against whatever it's stacked up against. Probably could have left in the first third, because it definitely asks a lot of you, and there are definitely a lot of like in my opinion, long and pandering shots that you just gotta stick with it. You just gotta stick with it, because a lot of it, even past the boy just getting yanked off that bike, which took me out. A lot of the shots with Helen Hunt, in my opinion, is probably the strongest, weakest character in this movie, because a lot of the performances that the people give here are like these over-exaggerated telenovela arguments that just like there's something I wrote it here that sticks out to me. And a lot of the arguments that people have with the wife is like, you don't have the right to do this right now. It's just like, if y'all don't stop telling this woman what she don't have the right to do. Or there are scenes where she just staring off into shit, and it's just like they're just long. But it's all, like I said, it's all in service to the movie. All of this is trying to just like trick you into believing in the narrative that they're trying to just trying to bring you into the narrative of other films that, if it kept on along the line of where it wanted to be at the beginning, it would have been a shitty film. If this had been like any other like super, and I'm just going to just shout out spoilers right now, just in case. But just if it had been like any other supernatural film, instead of being the crime thriller that it is, it would have been shitty. But then you have that second act, or somewhere along the middle of the movie, sort of reveal of what's going on here. That is when I might have rolled my eyes like you right at that moment. That first reveal was like when they start doing like the little found footage shit, and I was like, okay. But then old boy started to show his crazy side. I was like, okay, girl, you one.
Wait, hold on. So he already said it. It was a little on the sly. Mm-hmm. It was in a sentence. Spoilers. Watch this movie.
Oh yeah, if you don't already know, watch this movie. Like I said, as soon as you heard the title, watch that movie. But we now get into spoiler territory, because I'm about to just unload, because in order for me to tell like what I like about this thing, I feel like I have to.
Yeah. And
what made me very like off-putted by this movie, I also feel like I have to. One, this movie teaches you the word phrogging. You're gonna learn the word phrogging. This is why the director's like, it's like one of those serial killers. He's a serial killer himself, I believe. I believe the director's a serial killer. I'll tell you why. Because motherfucker want to get caught. He's one of those motherfuckers that leave the little China doll after he kills somebody, just so you know his little mark. He's like, hey, phrogging. That's when people are in your house and you don't know. Also, our main villain, quote unquote, has a frog mask. Get it? Because it's phrogging.
Them frog mask is fucking clever. Creepy.
It's creepy as fuck. And old boy is wearing it is also creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
But no, that right there, I was off-putted by them going into the house.
That was weird.
I was like,
that's where I rolled my eyes. I was like, okay. And they were like, okay, so we're gonna be in these people's houses, and it's like found footage, and we showed them going into the house. And I was like, please don't tell me this is like what? I was like, God, this is fucking stupid.
This is fucking stupid. I was like, how am I supposed to like? Now I'm scared. I'm not scared of these motherfuckers. Like,
right.
This is dumb. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then it kept going. And old girl, she's actually they try to make you like warm up to the character. It's better than sleeping on the park benches and shit. I'm like, no, that don't look. You don't get. I don't care if you as homeless as hell. That don't give you no right to go into somebody else's house that you don't own and shit like that. Fucking with their shit. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. And that girl kept making the most stupidest decisions in this entire movie. One, going with old boy that looked like he shoots up schools. I'm just saying.
He does. He did.
Two, she put a backpack down in the basement, so she had to go down to the basement to get that motherfucker.
Right.
Three, in the woods, bitch, you see a goddamn trailer in the woods, you don't go to it. You ain't got no kind of weapons. Bitch, you ain't been to a Billy Blake's class. You ain't taking no Tybo. You go. I'm here. All right, I'll help you.
Yeah, it was lined with fucking old newspapers on the outside to not make people see in. And she was like, "Oh, let me just take a little peek." Just take a little peek.
You get on your iPhone, you drop a pin for that location, and you run. You run to the town. That right there, like, again, there are a lot of things that are off-putting, but that, right, like, if you stick with it, it is a really, really good time. The boy in here, again, another minor character. I feel like just a crime of circumstance. Let me try to find
the son,
boy, the Harp,
the son of the
Lewis,
shooter.
Connor Harper, the son that was hollering at Helen Hunt. I don't know if you know this. He was in The Babysitter.
I did know that. I didn't know that.
I don't know if you saw the sequel. That sequel is hot, sweaty, garbage trash. It is the worst movie of the year, in my opinion. It deserves all the Razzies. And I saw him. That was another thing that off put me. I was like, oh hell, here come this boy again. He did it. He in a good one. I'm so sad ain't nobody see this because he's in a good one. He was good in this. Again, a lot of it's like over the top soap opera like shit, but it helps you build into that dramatic drama thriller, the shit that your mama will watch in the morning. You know, them true crime shits. You know what I mean? Like that's the first part of this movie is. It's a true crime reenactment. That's this whole the first third of this movie is a true crime reenactment shit with a budget, with a bit of a budget more than those things. Our reveal, the twist reveals, beautiful. The twist reveals are beautiful. The layered twist reveals are beautiful. So well done. So fucking well done. The way. And I was mad too because I thought you was trying to make me watch the whole movie twice. I was like, because I was checking my watch. I was like, all right, this about over? Because the first time when they find the body and the husband and wife are taking him out to the woods and they find the son and the wife going to take him to the son to the hospital. I was like, okay, we're over now, right? This is it. What do you mean 4 hours earlier? What the fuck you mean by this? I'm watching the whole movie twice. I'm like, oh, okay, this is dumb. You better, okay. And then the old girl went down to get her backpack and look up. It's the cop. Oh shit! Yeah. Well, I went, oh shit! I was eating. I don't know what the fuck I was eating. I think I was eating some Thanksgiving pie. I spit out my Thanksgiving pie. I was like, that nigga. Oh my god! Yeah, no, that was fucking beautiful. And then the whole Departed shit, motherfucker get shot. But also, this bitch stood up. I'm mad at her like shit. So the cop, after she tries her Laura Croft adventuring in the woods and gets knocked the fuck out, he brings her back to the house. And then he puts her on the couch like, stand up for me. Just stand up. I'm like, don't you stand up. He trying to set up the crime. I didn't see it. I turned into my mama for real. Don't you do that. I didn't seen this too many times before. Don't do that. And her dumb ass gonna stand the fuck up. I was mad as hell. I was mad as shit. Oh God, Stephen. I'm sorry, man. He was telling her. He
was like, hey, stand up. She was like, okay, I guess I don't have any reason to not stand up. And she got shot. Any motherfucker can tell me stand up. I'm laying down harder. I'm pressing my body against the shit. You ain't gonna see me. No. I'm gonna make that shit messy as fuck just so it look like you did some wrong shit. You ain't gonna hide underneath the couch. Thank you. You're gonna have to drag my body out, ruin the whole damn crime scene.
Whole ass taking. Don't nobody do this. I'm mad as shit. You remember Rich Pryor? Rich Pryor always had this thing where if a motherfucker try to fight him, I'm gonna grab this motherfucker by the nuts. He gonna have to kill me with my hand on his nuts so that rigor mortis will tighten up and he can't take my hands off.
It's funny because I've heard a similar kind of routine. It's like, hey, you ever try to fight somebody, or someone ever try to fight you? You just get naked.
Yes,
they're not gonna fight. They're not gonna fight a naked dude.
Kevin Hart. I think that's Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay. I think
it was Kevin. Like, he can fight nobody naked. Yes, that's what you do, girl. This girl just making all the wrong decisions in this movie. I've never seen
but the thing is, it's not like it's not like horror movie, horror slasher.
Final
It's
girl
like
last.
those kind of stupid decisions where it's like, oh, she's dropping her cell phone. It's like I can justify why she looked inside the camper inside the woods. And it's like she heard noises, I think, like screams or crying or something. She heard some kind of activity. She probably shouldn't have gone in there. But it's
So
also like, what if she didn't? And then it's like, you come back later, you see on the news, it's like, oh, those people were dead or something like that.
one, I talk a lot of shit. Her listening to him at the end, I give her that one. I can give her that one. It's
Right.
stupid. I give her that one. I give it to her. I talk shit. I give it to her. No, that whole shit with the camper was dumb as fuck. You don't go nowhere. You could be hiking and you see that shit. Tell me you wouldn't run the fuck away. Tell me you would not run away. She just got out of a motherfucker car just to go into another situation where she come on, bro.
Where she would be trapped.
On, bro. And I'm not even talking about that. Bringing this motherfucker with her to the house to do the phrogging.
Yeah.
And then look crazy when he start. Oh, this motherfucker's insane. Like,
like she flew down them steps.
I thought she was
like, no, I need to do this.
Died.
She was just like got pushed and head got knocked against the wall. Out. I was like, oh shit! Dead, now she's dead. You trying to kill somebody else?
I was surprised as fuck when she got the fuck. Like, what the fuck is happening here? So let's talk about this writing real quick because I feel like there's very little dialogue. Oh, it feels to me like there's very little dialogue in this movie. There's probably a lot more, but it feels because that first half is so soap opera to me. I think the script is I think the story is strong, but the script is a little bit weak.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And that's not that's nothing on them or whatever. Like I said, all of this is in service to the movie. Because I think it definitely gets better later. I think it definitely gets better later when we're talking, especially because it doesn't rely on a lot of the spoken words, and it relies on like sights. You know what I mean? Like whatever dialogue is delivered is parsed, but it's important. Like when what's his name, Alec gets shot at the end, he looks up and he goes, Detective Spitsky, whatever the fuck you black dude name it, like that shit's important. When they're looking at each other, when him and the cop are staring at each other, him and the detective are staring each other down, and the dialogue like, I'll set you. He turns into fucking Alonzo from Training Day. I said I'll put cases on all you bitches in here, and he's like, he looks like the light flashes in his eyes, and he sees how serious the fuck he is, or sees that he's the kid that he did some shit to in the past. Like the cinematography works more than the dialogue in this
Hell
film.
Yeah.
Again, except for the beginning shots. Because the beginning shots is just long as fuck to me. The beginning shots are long as hell to me. But then everything else, it's just, again, I can't say this enough, Stephen. I can't say it enough. Just get through the first third and you will be rewarded. That's all I'm saying. You will be rewarded. The score, I didn't really, and I'm sorry if I'm jumping all over the place, but the score, I don't know, man. Like I felt like again, this is that first third rest of the movie. First third, a little too oppressive, oppressive, and I get it's for what they're trying to do, and this is just like a nitpick more on my thing. I would have liked if it kind of felt like more like everything was just fine instead of all this like deep doom and gloom music in the beginning, because it feels the same towards the end. If it been like some more, it's fine or just normal music or music that I barely noticed. And then as the shit got crazy, as Alex started to turn, then it gets oppressive. Then it gets like really noticeable. Then I would have been like, oh shit. Like that would have been just another layer of stuff, because right now it just kind of feels the same all the way through to me.
Okay.
You know?
I would say that this movie feels at the very, very like first 20 minutes at least, it seems very much like a drama, and I'm like, okay, where is this going? And then it's like a mystery drama, and I'm like, okay, this is getting a little too like, where's the thriller part of it? Where's the horror of it? And then it comes in full swing. It's like cuts out all the drama stuff, the drama stuff that was set up in the first like third
Mm-hmm.
is now being used for the thriller
Right.
aspect. And I think that I think if I think if the first third was tightened up a little bit more, but the thing is, I don't know off the top of my head what could improve it. Like, like
No, and I totally
it's like
understand
everything
that.
is fine. Everything there is in service, like you said, to
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the movie, and like really, you just have to trust the movie, trust that the movie knows what it's doing, and go along with it. But I'm like, I don't know how right now. Thinking about it, I really want to read the script. I really want to read this
Mm-hmm.
because apparently, but I'm gonna get off for a second. But like,
Mm-hmm.
this is the first script that this person has wrote that hadn't gotten produced.
Oh, I thought it was like,
And the
this
person
nigga just
isn't-
wrote this script at a Starbucks and then moved it.
but the person who wrote this is an actor,
Oh,
and is like he's not like a big star or anything, but he's been in some stuff that I've noticed, and I noticed I know his face. He wasn't even in the movie at all, which is interesting because you know how actors love to do that.
yeah, he seemed like the type to put himself in like a not that he seems like the type, excuse me, but this seems like it'd be a cool thing, like have a director cameo.
Right.
Besides, he's an actor, so it'd be a good one. Like,
Yeah. No, but he didn't even direct this. He just someone
didn't?
else directed it, and he just wrote it.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's an actor, and I'm like, that's weird that he didn't put himself in there. But I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe it's some kind of actor thing. He's like, oh, I won't kind of envisioned anyone else besides me being in this role. But I really want to read this so I can see on paper, like, and match it to, and watch this movie again and match it to, like, how could they have done this differently? How could it have worked for me?
There's a scene that sticks out to me that I think could have been like cut entirely because it doesn't really do anything. And there's a part where I just remember there's being some cop drama stuff happening, and then it cuts to the wife in bed waking up, and it immediately cuts back to the detective husband in his office. And I was like, that cut does nothing for the movie. It's one of those things that just stood out to me right there, and I was just like, I think it was in the part where I was mad at the movie, so that's why it stuck out so much. I was like, no, that's wrong, and you can take that out, and fuck that. So that definitely, I think like the part where the dude, the kid with the burn face is like screaming or whatever. Like,
oh yeah,
I think that could have been a little short.
That was a little much.
Yeah. I think literally, man, I think it's one of those situations of like kill your darlings where it's like just shorten the shit just a little bit. Just like take it to one of those like Hollywood editors and they'd be like, yo, you got to cut like 15 minutes from the film. You know what I mean? Like just do some shit like that. Like just trim the fat a little bit. Would have definitely done some good here. Because I feel you. Like it's hard to look at this and be like, especially when you have like the whole picture. Because when I had half the picture, I was like, oh, you cut that, you fuck that, you don't need that. But with the whole picture, I'm like, no, because that kind of made me want to go back and watch that other scene and see if I see old boy in the background, like, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. I've been thinking about, like, it's like, it's hard, but there are some things that can be cut, but it is tough. It is tough.
Morgan and I were watching this, and then I was like, do you see that guy in the back? And like, do you see that? I was like, do you see that in the back? And she was like, where? What? That and another movie we watched recently, which I'm going to do a podcast on, called Run.
It's like the Hulu movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll save my thoughts for that podcast, but it's also something similar happens in that where it's like you see something in the back. I'm like, oh, you see that? She's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's on the screen in the background.
She's looking at you instead of looking at the
movie. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that Stranger shit where it's like Liv Tyler is just like, Liv Tyler is just in the Strangers, just like on her phone in the kitchen, and then like you just see like the masked man just like come up into the doorway behind her, and then they cut, and then it's like, what but where did he go, and that kind of thing, which is fucking great. One part that I really want to mention where I was like, I thought that this is really fucking stupid. With the green knife where he like stabbed it into the soap, Alec. I was like, that's just ridiculous. I was like, where? I was like, they can't just be like, oh, it was a coincidence that he had a green knife and whatever. And then I was like, oh, he found him at the in the bag, and then blah 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 at the end. So it's just like this. The whole movie for me is really just like me not trusting the movie. I'm like, oh, that's a stupid mistake. That's like that's not gonna be. It's like what kind of that's. I was like, not even a stupid mistake, but I'm just like that. There's gonna be no way to explain that. And I'm like that seems so ham-fisted. It's like, oh, now he's gonna think that it was the killer, and they're just, coming after her son. And but then I was like,
just back here sipping tea, just like, keep talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like keep watching, keep watching.
Keep talking.
It's like when you show your friend like a YouTube video that you think is funny. And then he's like, oh, hold on. It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. You're going to laugh. You're going to laugh. Yep. And you're like watching their face and like waiting for them to laugh. But that's the writer to us. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. I mean, there's not a lot. I mean, I can, like I said, I want to read this. I need to read this. I need to put this on my list of screenplays to read. Because damn, this movie was fucking good. Like this was a very good crime mystery thriller, and I feel like it's not easy to do those.
So here's my question to you, Stephen. Did you watch this before you sent it to me? Or did you watch this, or did you send it to me if I watched it first? Like just like we gonna just
no. I don't see. If I'm sending things to other people to watch, I will tell them that I haven't watched it. But if I don't tell you that I haven't watched it, then assume that I watched it.
Okay.
Because like, especially something like this, that's I don't ever do a podcast or send someone a movie that's unless it's like a classic or something like that, or something that's like well known. I'm not gonna be like, hey, there's random indie drama that I haven't watched and I don't know anything about. I'm going to make you watch it and I'm going to make me watch it and then end up being like really shitty or whatever. I watched it last weekend and then I sent it to you during the week and I was like, because it was still in my head and I knew that I needed to record more episodes and I was like, I got to do one on this. I got to talk about it because this is a really fucking great movie and I want more people to watch it.
Yo, well, thank you for thinking of me for this one because I was, like I said, I don't think we've ever been on the same page as much as for this movie right here. It surprised me how much
that unifies us.
Like for real, it surprised me how much we've said. Like literally, like every time you say something, like yo, you just took the words out of my mouth, bro. Like that's
right. It never happens. This is the only fucking podcast where that's happened. Yeah, there's like the Five Bloods. There's the what's the other one?
We did Event Horizon.
Event Horizon.
We felt the same way about The Vast of Night, I think.
The Vast of Night, yeah, and Waves.
Oh yeah, Waves.
Yeah.
Like we thinking of an old girl for this. Oh, Waves. You remember Waves? I remember Waves.
God, Waves is such a good movie. But yeah, so if you haven't listened to those podcasts that we just mentioned, those episodes that we just mentioned, and you want to hear us argue about a movie, and disagree,
hear us argue about Spike Lee for like a good hour.
Spike Lee and hell actually existing, and just dysfunctional families, and radio dramas.
Truth.
I'm getting all nostalgic about our
episode
straight. This is the season finale of our story or something. But no, yeah. So listen to those if you haven't already. But Trey, I think that's it for this episode.
That's all I got.
Wait. We didn't do the box office.
No, we didn't. Let me look.
We didn't. Box office.
I'll tell you what it is, Steven. I'll tell you what it is. All right, so this right here. What can I say? This was a South by Southwest premiere before we got its semi-theatrical release. Okay, so keep that in mind. It had a budget of $5 million, but its box office was 1.1 million. So it's a definite flop, which is surprising because it's a very indie, low budget film. Again, I'd have to contribute it to that first third because, as you've heard throughout this whole fucking show, that first third is a turn off for me, without having seen the rest of the film, obviously. So I feel like a lot of audience probably got turned off of that. Also, there's another Saban Films movie, which they've just kind of been throwing things against the wall, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
So I don't know how people feel about seeing their name come up, and still they've been known as the Power Rangers company for so long. I feel like that stigma is still there on them. So a lot of things that could contribute to this. I'd really be interested to see what the actual thoughts behind it was.
I wonder why this didn't get a theatrical release in. Maybe it was scheduled to in 2020, and then they just didn't because of the pandemic.
So the U.S. release was on December 6th, 2019. So we're about close to the end of the year. If I remember correctly, I feel like that was the year of a bunch of animated movies like Frozen 2, Spies in Disguise.
But like looking at the I'm looking at Box Office Mojo right now, and it doesn't show numbers for America at all. It shows like in the Netherlands, it made $1 million. Portugal made $40,000, and then the United Arab Emirates made $46,000. 46,000. So I'm like, there's no American release or numbers on here. It's all international, and it's just those three places.
They might not have released them. I don't know. When it gets around that time, they get really weird about that, I guess.
Yeah, it's just very odd to me because I'm like, if I had seen this in theaters in 2019, at the end of 2019, I would have told everybody to go see it.
Honestly, I think it probably would have been one of the. No, hold up. I think 1917 also came out. So that would have. Nah, I wouldn't have gave it best to this because 1917 blew me the fuck away, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That shit killed me.
Yeah, that was wild.
Oh,
you remember movie theaters, Trae? You remember movie theaters?
I really want to do like a Christopher Nolan trilogy. Watch Memento, Inception, and then this, and then Tenet. I feel like that'd be really dope.
I feel like that would be good. So, thank you for listening to this fucking episode of the Movie Club podcast. It was great. It was great recording it. Trae, it was great having you.
Oh man, thank you for having me.
Where can people find you, Trae?
Oh, if you didn't know, we have this thing called Letterboxd where you can find me at King Price for Life. Twitch, Trae from P12, because I don't think that's on the outro that I put. So make sure you go to Twitch, Trae from P12, because we do streams. I do some drawing streams and stuff like that. I might honestly, for real, Stephen, might do some of our film work on stream just so that it forces me to do that work. So like shot list, storyboard, and all that stuff. Just do it on stream.
I've always thought that kind of thing would be interesting.
And I feel like that you and me are the only ones who would. So I'm gonna do it, and we'll see what
you do it for me, and I'll do it for you.
There we go. We'll have the most consistent 2 views ever.
Exactly.
But we will do a lot of stuff like that. Of course, we do this short film Fridays once a month, every month, in lieu of doing a chit chat podcast. So if you haven't followed, please come follow. It's a lot of fun. There are other people there. Join the Time Wasters Discord because you see announcements for when I go live, but there's also a wonderful community there. And it's kind of making me think, do we need a Production 1200 Discord? I don't know. So that's something that could happen in the future. But if it is something that is happening, I'm gonna make sure y'all are loyal. It might be Patreon locked. I don't know. That's just something that might happen in the future.
Keep it loyal. You can find me on Letterboxd at cut to black. That's it. As I said, thank you for joining me and Trey on this fantastic journey. And thank you for listening. I appreciate it. I'm sure Trey appreciates it
so much.
This episode was edited by Shaquise Moore and produced by the guy that is the guest right now, Fady Price. Make sure you come back next Tuesday, audio wise. And if you're not audio wise, fucking next Wednesday, for another episode of the Movie Club podcast, which will be, I'm gonna tease it right now, so it has to happen. It could be the movie Run with Sharon.
Oh, I thought you was about to say the actress that's in it. I was like, I forgot her name.
I just start verbally doing the credits. No. So next week's episode is going to be Run with Sharon. So, okay. Oh, Run with Sharon. That's a good name for a. All right,
take
goodbye.
A drink every time we do a movie title in the show. Oh man.
I'm sorry. 911 got a call from someone claiming to have seen our kidnapper.
You don't get to act like nothing happened.
Sorry.
You have any idea what's coming for you?
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Make sure that you check out the other shows that we have on the Facebook, the other main podcast that comes out every other Tuesday. Make sure you leave a like, share it with your friends and your family. Go check out our YouTube where we have content from other Production 1200 works. And make sure you follow us on the Instagram. We post sometimes there. We'll do more. We'll try. Maybe. Like us on iTunes podcast, rate and review. Give us them 5 stars. And we'll see you next time.